CFA coaching classes, so many of them, online, offline. Which one should you go to? Where should you go to? Are you wondering all these questions? Then you're definitely watching the correct video. Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tanishka and I hope you all are doing good. Also wish you all a Merry Christmas. In today's video, I'm going to be answering one of the most asked questions on my comments and also on Instagram for that matter. I've actually answered it many times, but I thought that I'll just make a very detailed video on it since I do see a lot of questions coming up. It is about the coaching classes for CFA. Should you take coaching? Should you not take coaching? Online, offline, and which other options are there? So let's get straight to it. But before that, if you're new to the channel, then please subscribe. I need all your love, support, and care. If you're already a part of this channel, thank you so much for joining me in my journey. I hope we stay together till the end of time. So, starting with, should you take coaching classes or not? Is it mandatory to take coaching in order to pass CFA level 1, 2, 3 or not? This answer is extremely subjective, and anybody who tries to objectify it is honestly fooling you. Why is it subjective? Because it completely boils down to how you are as a person. For example, there are many people who are good at reading and understanding immediately. They read something, they immediately understand it. There are some people who are not that good with it. For example, me. I am not very good that I'll just open the book and immediately मेरे को सब कुछ आ जाएगा. It's a very rare case scenario. I like it, or maybe I prefer it. I like that convenience where someone is explaining things to me in easy language. It just makes me feel like my life is much easier, and I prefer that method. So if you are that person, then yes, coaching will be much beneficial for you. You need it. But if you are doing well without that, like you're a person who can understand things otherwise and manage with just a few YouTube videos here and there, a little bit reference on Google here and there, then even if you do not take coaching, you will pass. Your chances will be there, right? So again, boils down to subjectivity, not objectivity. Number 2, should we take an online coaching? Should we take an offline coaching? Now, the biggest benefit of having online coaching is, in most cases, which is like a 90% scenario, if you're taking online coaching, you will also get recorded video lectures, which in turn helps you to do your own revision. So basically, whenever you are studying on your own or revising a subject, you can use those video lectures as references, and it is a big boon, big blessing. My level 2 ke liye to it was like everything for me, those recorded lectures. However, there is also a con with it. If you take online lectures, you do find a little bit difficulty in approaching the teacher fast, in the sense that if you have doubts, it's not that you can solve it immediately. You need to wait till the teacher sees the message, or till they reply. Then how do they reply? Explaining it on chat, explaining it on call. तो वो थोड़े से स्यापे हैं, but with a pro comes a con. Now, if you take offline classes, the disadvantage in most cases is that you will not have extra reference again. So whatever notes you write and whatever you recall, it's just that. It's not that you have references of lectures that you can watch again or re-watch or rehear, unless you're recording it in your phone, which please do not do. It's a wrong thing to do. But yeah, so you do not get that advantage. When you're revising, you need to completely use notes and muscle memory. That's it. But the advantage is that you get your doubts solved immediately. Whenever you're going to class, you can get your doubts solved in front of the teacher, ask multiple extra questions that come up with it. So that is honestly how you choose it. The best combination that you can get is going to an offline class and also having access to that particular professor's recorded lectures. Many people are doing that in today's um, situation, and it is very helpful. So try to ask your teacher that I want to do an offline class, but can I also have access to your recorded lectures? If yes, trust me, you are in the biggest win-win situation. Now, final leg of this video is teachers or coaching centers. Who is good, who is bad, who do I recommend and who do I not recommend? So there are 4 teachers or 4 professors, coaching centers, 4 to 5 that I do recommend, starting with Manish Ramuka. He is based out of Mumbai, so offline lectures only happen in Mumbai and Andheri. Online lectures, he takes live lectures and also gives you access to his website, which gives you his recorded lectures, right? Now, I like Manish Ramuka sir extremely because he teaches things in a very logical, childlike format, I would say. Like, it is very easy to understand for even kids, even 2-3 year olds. That's obviously an extra exaggeration, but it's a very basically easy to understand method that he uses. He doesn't complicate things, he completely simplifies it, which helps you in understanding the concept completely. So it's like, if somebody wants to teach you about Shakespeare, they can go very, very technical and use the Shakespearean language, or they can use layman, Gen Z language, millennial lingos, or something like that, which will make you understand things faster. So that is Manish sir. He will simplify things in the easier language, easier format, more logical approach, as compared to using very technical words, technical aspects, which will confuse you. इससे क्या होगा? You will 100% know what the concept means. Once you 100% know what the concept means, you are definitely in a very, very good boat. Then it is your hard work, your approach that will now take you to the next step. So Manish Ramuka classes, however, he is a little costly as compared to others, is what I've seen. So he charges somewhere between 50 to 60K, if I'm not mistaken, per level. But the advantage is that he takes you till you pass your exam. So that's also like a big boon, which most teachers do actually. Not most actually, some teachers do that, that they take one time fees fare, आप कितनी भी बार fail हो, you're still their student. Next, going to the very famous person on the internet, Sanjay Saraf sir. I have heard a lot of positive reviews about Sanjay Saraf. I've seen some of his videos on YouTube, जो भी available है. And I do think that he does have a very logical approach. He's a good teacher, more than a logical approach, I would say, in that he explains things very well. Um, he, I think, is based out of Calcutta, if I'm not mistaken. He also takes online lectures. What I have heard from my viewers and people that I connect with is that his online lectures are not live lectures. Either somebody else is taking it or they are recorded. Somebody can verify this in the comments, but this is what I've heard, that he does not take it in most cases, or at least some cases. He's not the ones taking it, so you need to verify that. Because if someone else is taking it and not him, so even if it's his team, वो थोड़ा सा explanation pattern में difference आ सकता है. uh, One thing, or I would say a small thing that I do not like about Sanjay Saraf is I sometimes feel like, he is um, extremely ambitious and he loses the empathy side. Sometimes I feel like whatever videos I've seen, maybe it's too commercialized and that's why I'm thinking like that. It's a personal opinion. I might be wrong, but I do sometimes get that image of him. And the reason I have this image is because I remember when I had given my level 2, that was November 2021. So usme, I remember it was the first level 2 exam after COVID in India. And when the results are out, he always makes a video when results are out, which is great. I think it's very motivating. But that day he said something about the people who failed, and he's like, there is no excuse. And he spoke. I did not like that video, I would say, as a human being, because I feel like the empathy quotient was completely missing. I understand that hard work will always result to success, and everything else is subjective and this and that, but sometimes we need to also understand that that was a very, very hard year. A lot of you would understand 2021, when that second wave of COVID hit in India, it was a very hard year. So I think saying that, that cannot be an excuse and you should have passed, even if you say that, I feel that human quotient lacked for me. So that's the only thing against Sanjay Saraf for me. Moving on to the third recommendation, Mark Meldrum. Mark Meldrum is completely a foreigner. Okay, so the only two glitches that that guy has is, a, he will only be using English language, so there is no English. So people who are more comfortable in first understanding things, so sometimes when you add a tinge of your regional language, it makes understanding easier. So वो एक drawback आ जाता है with Mark Meldrum. Number two, he gets a little technical with things at times. So if you are an experienced professional, then Mark Meldrum is a good option for you. If you're a complete beginner, then I wouldn't recommend Mark Meldrum so much. But also he is a brilliant teacher. Like, I do like what he explains, and the way he explains it is very, very good. Even though, like I said, sometimes he does get a little technical, so you need to have that सूझबूझ in the mark to know when to stop and to not stop. But otherwise, he is very good in his teaching. So my recommendation for Mark Meldrum, if you are an experienced professional and you're completely okay with 100% just English fluency, go with him. If you're not, then you can think otherwise. Next teacher that I will talk about roughly and just briefly is Ashwin Bajaj sir. I have seen some of his videos and I do think he explains well. So any of you who wants to try them out, you can. I'm not very aware if he takes online offline, but as far as I know, he does. So you can try that out as well. One more recommendation, last one, is Lokik Shah sir. He is based out of Mumbai again, but he also takes online offline. Now Lokik Shah sir, I have mixed reviews. I feel like he is good. He teaches well, but then if you're taking Lokik Shah classes, make sure that it is Lokik Shah teaching. Sometimes he has a team, someone else is teaching, and they say that he teaches exactly like that and all that, but I feel like if you're going to Lokiksha, then make sure Lokiksha is teaching you. That is what the difference will make. Also, Lokiksha sir is a little economical as compared to the others, as per what I've seen, or similar to Sanjay Saraf sir. So you guys can try him out as well. Now, one last and very, very important part of this video, in fact, the most important part, I would say, is how to decide who is the right teacher for you. Like, there's so many options. I just gave you 4 5. There are so many more. There's Quintage, there's, I think, IFT. There's just so many. How to decide who is the best teacher that you should go to. Most important thing is to be comfortable with their style of learning. Why? Because CFA is not a ratta marring exam. It's not a, you know, sum based mathematical paper. No, you need to really understand things, completely know what it means, why it means like that, etc., etc., to be able to solve the exam. Believe me in this, right? So for that you need somebody who can explain it to you in a way कि आपको हर चीज समझ आए. And because of that, you need to understand that every teacher has a different teaching style. If I may love Manish Ramuka's teaching style, you may like Mark Meldrum's teaching style better. You may be somebody who understands things with more technical aspects, right? So you need to see which teaching style are you most comfortable with, because you need to understand things very, very well. Like, you need to know what it means, why it means. How can you do this? Take demo lectures of the teachers who are logistically fitting you. Obviously, logistics are very important. The fees should match, the timings should match, etc., etc. Otherwise, करके भी नहीं होगा. So make sure all of this is fixed. Once you see that, okay, their timings are good, it's matching me. Their fees is fair enough, I can afford it. Then all those teachers, वो 2 या 3 टीचर जो आपको अच्छे लग रहे हैं, take a demo class. Try to take 2 if possible, but at least 1. See whose style of teaching, explanation way are you more comfortable with. Some teachers teach through the Schwezer books, some teacher uses the curriculum notes. Some people have a more explanation based approach, some people have a more practice based approach. So which approach are you comfortable with, which style are you liking? Be most cautious about this. Do not listen to any review, do not listen to anything, not even to me. That's why I never tell you guys that go to this teacher. I always say, please, please see who are you comfortable learning with. Every human being is different, everybody likes something else, everybody understands in a different way. So keep that in mind. Take a demo lecture and make sure you are comfortable and you are 100% aligned or liking the way that teacher explains. You're not just going to a Sanjay Saraf sir because he's so popular on YouTube and everybody's going to know. You're going to a Sanjay Saraf sir because you like the way Sanjay Saraf sir explains things. Otherwise, you are not going to. That's the most important thing. And with that, we come to the end of this video. थोड़ा सा गला खराब था, so I hope you guys could have understood everything. But yeah, still let me know in the comment section below if you have any more questions. I've also made a video where I've given my detailed review on all these teachers. I will link it in the description, so please check that out. And yes, if you like this particular video, then absolutely do not forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Merry Christmas once again. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Until then, keep sparkling and definitely keep learning.